All right. It says I am live. So I'm trying to put it to where I can see the chat window at the same time. Hang on. If anybody's in there, say something. Let me know you're in there. Let's see. It says I have 5 viewers. I need to know if you guys can hear me. There's a little chat box down here. I'm actually going to type in here and say, hello. Can you hear me? Let me apologize. I have a code. I get it. If you guys can. Alright, so since I have 4 viewers, currently 1 viewer. So weird. I don't know. Maybe somebody accidentally. But now I have 2 viewers. I also posted this in Blackboard, letting you guys know that I was going live at 12:55. I am a little early. Alright, I see Malik. Hold on. You said, oh, sweet. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to move this over so that it's out the picture. Okay, the way this works is the chat module is how you can talk to me. Now, since this one is specifically for you or any other student who joins, I need you to tell me what's wrong, and then I'll go through and assist you in each step that you're having an issue with. So as soon as you tell me your one step that's a problem, we'll work through that one, and then if you have any other problems, we'll work through those, okay? So any issues that you're having with your magazine project, just go ahead and type up what the first one is, and we'll go ahead and work through that. Let's see. I have 2 other viewers in here. I'm not sure if you guys are my students and need assistance with the magazine project, or if you guys are just in here just checking it out. Anyway, that's fine. But Malik, can you go ahead and type whatever issue you're having? The first issue, whether it be page numbering, whether it be something specific with the master page, or whatever that issue is, and I'll go ahead and assist you. In the meantime, I'll go through my document and the things that are set up in it. Let me move that out the way. Okay, so on the screen right now should be a document that I created for my students, and we did a step-by-step, and all those videos are online as well. So I'm going to hit Command 0 because I'm on a Mac. You guys, if you're on a PC, it will be Control 0 just to center my project. I'm going to hit W so that I can go through the preview mode so you can see it. So this right now is is our main page. So this is the cover. And then we go through, and like I said, I went step by step with my students to create this. This is our table of content that we generated as well, with our image over to the right. To the left, and this is just the inside of that cover page. So their final project should look just like this. And then this is the cover page with an image, which is the inside to the table of content page. And then we go through our different pages. Right here is where our story actually starts. And as you can see, they're using Lorem Ipsum. And then we have paragraph styles for like our header, our subhead, and our body. And then we have page numbers on each page as well. And then we get to the end toward our index, where we actually generate this in InDesign. And then we go to our back cover, inside back cover, and then our actual back cover. So that pretty much is the document. That is the final project, what is due. Let me look and see if there's a question. Let me see. Alright, I think it was trying to recreate the title font for the Cat Central on the last page. The title font, let me see. So this font right here, well, I guess I really know how to make a drop shadow. Okay. Let me make a new document. Let me see if I can. So I'm going to go to File, New Document. You have to forgive my machine has been working all night, so it is tired. Alright. I probably should reset it before I started, but we'll see. InDesign has had it. Alright. So I'm just going to create a new intent for print. Make sure it's set at letter. Facing pages is set. I'll change my units to inches. And I'll just keep it at one page for now. So I'll just work on this page to work with you. Okay, let me see it. Okay. Alright. So if I was creating a page, you said that your title, so let me go ahead and get the type tool. Let me make some text. Now I'm assuming you know all this, so I don't have to go through, and I'll just say, hello world. Alright. Let me pick a font and pick a size. Large enough for us to see it. So let's pretend this is the text that I wanted. And boost that up a little bit. Okay. Maybe I'll give it some color. Just so I can see whatever. Since it's Christmas, I'm going to go with green. Alright, so I have text here. And I'm going to click on the black arrow. I'm going to click on the box. And I'm going to let it know that I want to affect the text. See that type tool in my tools panel? I'm hitting on T for type. Okay. And then I want to go to effects because you're saying you want to put a drop shadow on here. So I'm going to go up to object. I'm going to go down to effects. That is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to window and I'm going to go down to effects. And then I'll have this panel. Now mine are showing up in another browser. I mean, another monitor. So I have to bring them over. All right, so window effect. And then I'm going to highlight this little effect down here and tell it that I want a drop shadow. Now, one of two things is going to happen. As a matter of fact, let me tighten up this box a little bit. All right, so one of two things is going to happen. So while I tightened up the box, I just clicked on the little handle here. I'm going to click effects and I'm going to choose drop shadow. And when I do that, it puts the drop shadow on my text. And then I can manipulate the drop. Where are you here? Are you where I am? Malik? I do want you to answer me and tell me if you where I am. What I'm going to do, though, is continue here. And then if we have to go back, that's fine. So I have the text selected. I have the effects panel. And I'm adding a drop shadow to this. So I can do further control of this drop shadow as well. By clicking on the word drop shadow, I can, right now the blend mode is set to multiply and the color is set to black. Oh, sweet, you're where I am, awesome. Okay, the mode is set to multiply, the color is set to black. I can change this mode to any other mode that I like. What I typically do is I'll set normal, sweet. Thanks for that, Malik. Thanks for that feedback. All right, I'll choose normal and then I'll change it. But if you like multiply, that is, like I said, that's my personal. I like to go with the normal mode, but absolutely use whatever mode. And I encourage you guys to change them to different modes and play with them. Like overlay usually has something cool, especially if this is over an image. Overlay does some really, really cool effects in its drop shadow and things like that. So, but my default is normal. I always take the opacity back to 100%. Like I said, that's my default. But I encourage you guys to play. Whichever one works for you, go for it. You can change the distance, the amount of space that drop shadow is from your actual text. You can play with the Y offset and X offset as well. And I do, and I probably will play with that. I'm going to change the color. And like I said, since it's Christmas, I'm going to use this complementary color, which is red, which is nasty. And I wouldn't encourage anyone to do that. But you do have those options. And just to switch it to a color, I would. I could go to blue, I could go pink, I could go yellow, which is going to give me a better color as well to mix with that green. So I'm gonna hit OK. And I still have options to change in here. I can change the spread. I'll show you some really, let's see, let me change the offset just a little bit. All right. And I can play with the spread, meaning I can spread this out, see how it's spreading out. Um, with the shadow, I'm sorry, the size. I can play with the spread as well, where I can spread this shadow out by increasing the size. I can spread how this spreads out. See? So there's some really, really cool, really, really interesting things you can do with the drop shadow. Um, Even taking it outside of it being a drop shadow. I kind of like that as well. I can add some noise to it. Just going to add some, fuzzy noise on the edges. But you have to do what looks good for your project. You might be like, none of that works for mine, and that's cool. You know, if you want to be moderate or if you want to be very discreet with your drop shadow, you can. I'm all about that as well. But I always just play with it just to get some different effects in it. You can play with inner shadow, which a lot of times give you some very interesting things. So like if I click on inner shadow, look now, it looks like I'm looking through it. Let me see. You see that? It looks like it's indented, like it's almost like it's, um, uh, you know, words are hard. It's Saturday, but it looks like it's indented, almost like it's inside of wood, things like that. Um, okay, hang on, let me see what you're saying. You said when you try to do it, you try to copy the paragraph style, and it just copied the font size and color, but not the drop shadow. But what you showed me works. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So here's the thing. So when we say that, yeah, the paragraph style is for copying the styles that are in paragraph. This is considered an object style. So I'm going to show you that real quick. So I have this drop shadow right now, and I'm happy with it. We're going to pretend, and I'm going to click OK. So now what I can do, I'm going to move the effects panel. I'm going to lodge it in there. What I can do is, see how I have object styles over here? If you don't have object styles, go to Window, go down to Styles, and then choose Object Styles, and that panel will show up for you. Right? When you do that, you're going to have this panel. So this is an object style. So what I can do now is I'm going to expand the box, and I'm going to create new object style. And see, I have the object style right here. I'm going to double click it, and we're going to name it, let's just name it Drop Shadow. All right, and when I look in the object style, I can see that it has styles for drop shadow and inner shadow. So I can click on it, and I can see those same styles that I set for it. Inner shadow, I can click on, I can see the same styles that I set for it. So now I can hit OK. So now what I can do is I can take my text, and I can make a new set of text. And let's say this one says, I am happy today. All right, so I have my text. I am happy today. I'm going to enlarge it. And then I just keep it at Minion Pro for a second. But here's the difference. So notice how I have that object style. So every style that I have on this is going to change to. So if I click on I am happy today, and I click on the drop shadow object style, it adds that drop shadow to this object style, which is cool. But notice difference in the paragraph style. The paragraph style would have added the text, and it would have added like any alignment and all those fun things. It didn't add that stuff. The text still stayed the same because the paragraph style and an object style are different from each other. So is also a character style. Okay, so but if you had some type of effect that you want to put on everything, and it involves drop shadows and things like that, make it a drop shadow object style, and you can apply it. That makes sense to you? Did that work for you, Malik? Did that make sense to you, Malik? Alright, sweet. Do you have anything else you're having issues with? There was someone else who was also supposed to be in here, and my memory is horrible, so I posted it in the group. So I hope that if that person still needs help, he or she joins us. Sweet. Did you have anything else that was let me see. Yeah, they are delayed. I noticed that even putting the video up and things that I do, they're kind of behind. But you know, that's what we get with technology. I am happy that we have this ability to do this though, because otherwise, I like that it's live communication back and forth. I think that's pretty cool. If you see anything else you want me to go over, let me know. Cause I will. Was able to make the index in a TLC, but they never had the dots. No. We don't type in those one by one. Okay, good. See, these are good questions. Let me show you how to set that up. Hang on. All right. So let me move this. Let me go back to the document I have. Okay. I'm going to get rid of these for now. 0, and I'm going to paste these in. So what I'm going to do, don't do what I'm about to do. What I'm doing is actually unsetting it, kind of. So let me go into, I'm in book, okay. Paragraph styles. Okay. So your area of paying attention is not at this moment. So hang on. Let me set one. Oops. All right, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna take care of. I'm gonna do it off screen so that it doesn't confuse you. Reset. Okay. And then I'll do the same with this one. Okay. So does yours look like this? Like mine is pretty much, where you don't have the leaders and things like that. I know the comments are delayed, so I'm going to assume yours looks like this. So what I'm going to do, make sure nothing is selected. And I'm going to go to this TLC subhead 1, or whatever your name is for yours. double click in there. I'm going to get this paragraph styles dialog box, right? Okay, sweet. This paragraph styles dialog box. I'm going to make sure preview is set. And I'll move this over a little bit. All right. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go to tabs. So let's make sure we're in that paragraph styles option and click tabs. Right. So you're going to have your tabs dialog box. Most important part of this is that you click in this gray area one time. So click once. That's it. Just one time. And you're going to get this little left tab. Okay. The next step is you have to tell InDesign how far you want this to go over. Okay, so as far as pertaining to this margin. So what you're gonna do is you'll click in the X and you can manually do it and see how it's moving as we manually move it over. Yours should be doing the same thing. So I'm gonna move it over some. Let's say I want it to be say I wanted to be 6 inches. Excuse me. Okay, so I have the tab, it's tabbed over, or my X, in 6 inches, right? So the next thing that I want is to set a leader. So I'm going to click in here one time, and I'm going to click and add a period. Now I'm not going to see it happen because I'm in here, but if I hit the tab on my keyboard or click in any other box, I'll see the leader show up. Now try that and tell me if it works. It worked? Okay, sweet. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to hit OK. And you're going to do the same thing for your subhead 2. You're going to make sure nothing is selected. You're going to click on TLC subhead 2. Once you have that, you're going to go back into tabs. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click on that little tab. You're going to go into the x-axis until you get it to where you want. Remember, I typically like an indent on mine, but you do not have to have one. You can have yours set at the same exact spot. And then I'm going to set my leader. And then I'm going to hit tab. And then you'll see the little tabs come out for you. Those are the two problems? Okay. Now, I'm looking at my notes, and I don't have you down for... Well, I think because we couldn't get your... No, you down for presenting. Now, do you need to present? Are you ready to present to me? Or do you want to fix it and then We set up a time a little later where you can present. And I have to figure out what platform we're going to use for you to present because you have to share your screen and stuff. Facebook, Twitter, you might be able to present in as well. But Gmail, we can do it in not Gmail. Google Chats, you can present as well. I can just use the old version for the presentation. Okay. In order for you to present, what do you want to use? Do you want to go to? Do you want to try Google Chat? Your Google Chat to do that? Let's see. Or I think we can also do Facebook. The what is that called? The um, it's not Facebook Live. It's the what is it? Hold on. It's where you communicate through Facebook. I think is it Facebook Live? Yeah, it's Facebook Live. Do you want to just do Facebook Live? I'm not sure if you had Facebook Live or not. I know you have Twitter Live, so either one. But you're the one that has to go in and set to go live, and then I join in so that I can see your presentation. You could also do YouTube Live as well, and then it's just you in front of your camera, and you're talking about each step, and then um, I'll have to go to Blackboard and get your project, of course, but you tell me what you want to do. What you want to do? Hit cancel. Okay. All right. So you set up the Twitter live, and then you send me the link, and then that way I'll just go right into it. Just send me the link in Messenger. I have Messenger on this computer too, so if you send me the link, I can go right to it. Oh, really? Huh. Okay. Yeah, it's weird because Twitter used to have the live button used to just sit on the website and on the phone, but for whatever reason, I don't see it anymore. So I'm not sure if they've changed their live platform or what, but I'm not seeing it. That's why I was having those issues this morning trying to do Twitter live. All right, well, Malik, go do the Twitter live, and then contact. Send me the link, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream now um, since we've done everything that we need to do, and since no one else has joined who needs help. So I think everybody's good on that project. So just send me the link. Like I said, you can message it to me, and then we will go from there. Thank you all who tuned in. Um, Two were pretty consistent. The third person tuned in every now and then. And if you guys have any questions or need additional help, just let me know. I'll talk to you guys another semester later.